All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, very excited to be talking to an individual who is making a long-awaited return to the PFL Smart Cage, a decorated individual throughout PFL history, and getting back to it March 28th at PFL Pittsburgh against Jakub Kaszuba. Great having Natan Schulte on Bowks Talking Bouts ahead of this PFL return after almost 3 years since his last fight. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I did a great camp, and I'm very excited for coming back to the cage.
Yeah, and how does it feel just after everything that transpired there? Like I said, almost 3 years since the last fight there against Raush Manfio and everything like that. Like, I guess just the piece of returning back. Like, how does it feel to be readying to compete soon?
Yeah, I since my last fight's like almost 3 years, and I not stopped to training. I after that fight, I still training like every single day. Like I'm not going to just like for camps for the fights. I do camps, but I'm still training. Like after the fight, I rest for like a week or 10 days, but after then, I coming back to the gym for like keeping develop, keeping improve the game, And in these 3 years, I improved a lot my game for coming back to the cage, And I have very good skills. I'm better grappling. I'm better striking, and the fans can watch this fight because it's gonna be good.
And I guess just with what happened with the Raush Manfio situation, I'd be curious to get your thoughts on that because a lot of the, I guess, discourse from PFL was talking about how that fight didn't meet their standards in terms of upholding their agreement in competition, etc. Like, well, I guess what was like the main takeaways from that experience? Like, because it seemed like a lot of people likened it to almost like a light sparring session. Like you have that certain friendship piece with Raush Manfio and etc. Like, I guess what was the thought when all of that happened to you and that suspension was dealt out and everything?
hmm he's good. I was talking to him yesterday, and he's good, but he's hurt his hip, and he need to maybe go to the surgery. But he's good. I think he's fighting the Russia right now.
I guess just like what was your, I guess, response to that whole situation though? Like PFL's characterization of the fight and then their decision to suspend you. Like obviously that's in your rear view now, but like how did you feel when all of that happened?
Yeah, that was like very bad, like for my career, because I stopped to they like I supposed to fight the like next step to the PFL, and like I was like in the like a playoffs, and they cancel everything, After then, they release my contract, and then they contract me again, like the last year, and that was like very bad because I need to like wait for something, like. But now I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I mean, you're a multi-time PFL champion, so I thought the whole situation was a little unfortunate to say the least. So great to see that you're back in the fold and everything, just considering your championship accolades with the company and everything.
hmm Yeah, I'm the first of all grateful for coming back to the cage, come back to the Smart Cage in the PFL, and I'm very excited for coming back.
Yeah, no, fair enough, man. And you're coming back on what seems to be like such a massive card. This PFL Pittsburgh event, definitely a stacked one. I mean, I feel like you see a lot of like key people from, PFL over the years, some of the, Bellator signees when they acquired that brand. And yeah, some big names. I mean, that Johnny Eblin versus Brian Battle main event
And
looks quite interesting.
yeah, we have a lot of good fights in this car. It's the main car, and it's the whole car. They have like four guys from the American top team. Me, Johnny, Dalton, Austin, and Dakota. They have like four guys the same team, and there are a lot of good fighters in this car. It's gonna be good.
It's awesome to see you getting back to it and everything like that. I think a welcome addition or I guess reintegration to the, PFL roster and stuff like that. So yeah, no, love to, see those pieces and everything like that. But something I thought was kind of interesting, and I guess this ties back to one of your prior PFL title wins, just Mike Tyson wrapping the strap around your waist, and he's fighting Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition a bit later on this year. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, say again, please. The question, sorry.
Oh, no worries. I just seen in one of your PFL championship wins, Mike Tyson
I
wrapped
know.
the belt around you, and he's having an exhibition with Floyd Mayweather later this year, and was just curious to get your thoughts on that.
Ah, yeah, it's easy. I don't know. It's a Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an exhibition contest of some sort with those two. Yeah.
Oh, my. Yeah, he's a great fighter. I love him. Mike Tyson as well because he was in the. Well, I remember when I won the 2019. He was there. He's very
Mm-hmm.
nice. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, that must have been such a cool moment for you. Like, how did it feel to have
Yeah.
that moment with Iron Mike?
That was a great because I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. I grew up to watch his fights like Mike Tyson. I love his style. Like I love he's so aggressive, like he's very like one of my favorite fights like in the combat sports, and after that fight he like put the belt on my chest, that was great, was great. I feel like the parts of the dream.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, can you repeat that? Maybe you broke up.
Repeat the question.
Oh, I just didn't hear like the last bit that you said there. It seemed like you maybe had asked something, but the signal was disrupted.
Sorry. That was a great moment because I'm grow up to watch all the Mike Tyson fights, and he's like one of my favorite fighters, like the combat sports. That
Yep.
was great. Was great.
Yeah, for sure. Love to see that moment for sure. And just, yeah, curious to get your thoughts on your upcoming opponent here because we were mentioning your time away from the PFL Smart Cage. And it seemed like during that time, your opponent here kind of carved out a name for themselves on like that PFL Europe circuit and then got to like that main stage last year and everything. Like, what are your thoughts on your opponent's skill set? Like some of the, I guess, better parts of his game as a fighter that you've seen?
Yeah, he's a great fighter. He's a grappler. He's on the feeder. He's on the feeder guy, but he's a more grappling. I think he's not like a. He do striking, but mostly he has like the ground game, like wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But I'm like a grappling guy, and that fight gonna be I think more in the ground because both guys like grappling guys is gonna be in the ground. I think I can finish I can finish this fight until the last round. But he's good. He's good. He's a good name for coming back to the Smart Cage.
But maybe you see that path to victory, being like a submission, like that's how you put the first blemish on their record. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yes, I think because I have 10 submissions on my car,
Mm-hmm.
and I have like many submissions like real nakes, like guillotines, like many, and I think he's good, but I think my grappling game is a little bit better.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of quality submission wins, and one of those was via arm triangle choke against Jeremy Stevens in the PFL fight you had in
Yeah.
November 2022, and he's fighting King Green pretty soon. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
that Jeremy Stevens versus King Green fight at UFC 328 in May?
I saw this match like King Green against Jeremy Steve. Jeremy, he's a tough guy. Bobby Green, he's a good fight too, but I think for the fans gonna be like excited fight, like excited to watch because the both guys they don't care, they don't care about nothing. They just wanna like a punch, and they not like boring fights. This guy's good. I like both.
Yeah, two tremendously exciting fighters for sure. And I feel like your fight is one of the
Yeah.
more exciting ones on this PFL Pittsburgh card. And I think that says a lot when we were talking about how, stacked the event is and everything like that. And I guess I'd be curious to ask this too, just because there's been that bit of time since you fought in PFL. Like, how much has, I guess, the PFL brand grown from your experience? Like, does it seem like the promotion has gotten to almost a different level since the last time you fought in the Smart Cage? Or how would you describe that piece?
Yeah, they changed everything now. Is the form is like different. They have a ranks, they have a names 1 to 10, and that's I prefer to fight like this, like like at the hank. You fight because fighting the tournament is hard for the fighters, especially because I did like many seasons, and I know it's difficult to cut the weight, especially to cut the weight, because for the fighters, for me, for example, I don't have a problem to training because I love the training. I do like this, like for if I need to train like for 3 4 times, that's not a problem. But the most problem is the weight. We need to make the weight, to lose the weight, because all the fighters cut the weight, and this form is better because I can fight, for example, and I have like a more time for coming back to the cage, and I can prepare. I can see the future. I can, like, for example, after this fight, I have some names for like see the future if I can fight to the title. That's good. And the PFL is great show. Like I'm PFL, I can say, but we don't have many big shows in the in this game. You have just like UFC, PFL, and on FC. Like you don't have a many show for too much fighters, and the PFL, they make a great job.
Yeah, no, for sure. It seems like it's in a great place. And I do appreciate, yeah, the insights there because, I mean, you can speak to how PFL has looked over several years through your journey in fighting. And yeah, what a journey to follow, Natan. I really do appreciate you making the time to speak with me today. But in being mindful of your schedule, man, I'd be curious if you maybe have like a parting thought you might want to add as we're kind of wrapping up here.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate for be here, and thank you for the time for talk to you.
Sim, muito obrigado.
Is the Portuguese is good?
É pouco português, eu falo
Thank you very
principalmente
much.
inglês. But yeah. But yeah, thank you so much.
But it's good. It sounds good. It sounds good. Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado.
Yeah, thank you so much for the time. Stoked for this PFL Pittsburgh event. And yeah, this Jakub Kaszuba fight really stands out for me on March 28th. So again, thanks so much for coming on Bowks Talking Bouts. And yeah, looking forward to checking out the fight. But until then, you have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day, my friend.